It is the opener day for California Archery. Today we're in here just on our bikes going into some public land with 3 deer tags, and I also have a bear tag. Hopefully we can find something in these woods because the hills definitely aren't forgiving.
They say you can't be perfect, but they don't say you can't be the best. This is Outdoors.
Hi.
There we go.
It's the opener weekend for archery, and we're in here on our bikes going into some good public land where we've seen deer before. It's pretty hard to get in the first night since it's all uphill, and our bikes, you can't really ride them with a backpack, but we do eventually get to our spot and we're ready for the morning.
Well, guys, we're in our night spot now where we're gonna sleep. We're kind of just cowboy camping it. Just got the sleeping bags on the ground. We're gonna wake up, and pretty much as soon as we wake up, we're right where the deer are gonna be. And it's gonna be rough tomorrow because it's mostly uphill, but we got it. We're gonna find some deer. It's gonna be awesome. See you in the morning.
You see him yet?
As soon as we got on top of our first hill, we saw a couple of deer, mostly a bunch of does, but we did see one small forked horn, but we figured it wasn't worth it to go chasing one buck and waste the entire morning trying to get it.
Not too far up the road again. We got something, guys. Oh, shoot.
We came around another corner and saw this bear, and we had the thought that we might wanted to go after it since it was a very large bear. But we decided, same as the deer, we didn't want to waste our whole morning on this when there might be better opportunities.
The challenge would be to push it by.
It's actually
It is kind of challenging, yeah.
Ready to roll? Yeah, let's keep going. Find it. You can hear him. Guys, we were just coming down the road and we got really close to this tree over here, and a mom with a one cub was all I saw, but there might be more, but she ran across, she like barked at us a little bit and then went over here. You can still hear her like calling and being weird, so pretty cool.
Let's keep moving, eh?
Yeah, let's not push on her too much. Oh, I'll get my stuff out at the next stop. I thought that was a buck for a second, because it's not bear cover.
We stopped to grab some water to prepare for the long hike all uphill we had today, especially with us having to push our bikes. And we split up a little bit, but just as we continued down the road, we ran into our friends again, and they had actually seen a couple of bucks. So we went on a mini excursion to see if we could see them. We finally stopped at this one spot on the hill, and all we ended up seeing was a doe with a fawn, so we went back down and...
Well, guys, we were just riding our bikes up here. We had split up, but Zach was on the hill. We didn't see anything, but he told us to go around here. So all we see are doe and a fawn up there. So we're gonna go back down to our bikes and keep slow rolling.
We had split up again when all of a sudden, just to the left of the road, we saw 2 bucks walking, one of them which was a legal forked horn, but my bow was still attached to my pack. I had to scramble to get it off, and by that time the buck had already started walking again.
Range it. What is it?
The buck just stared, but I couldn't get a good range because a bush was in the way.
What was it?
We followed after them, but the bucks were too smart for us and knew what we were up to. They instantly bounded over multiple hills, and as with the earlier ones, we didn't want to waste a bunch of time just chasing these deer that already knew we were onto them. We decided to walk down an old logging road that hadn't really been used anymore, and when we came around the road, we saw something.
That's 50 right there. Just let it walk around the corner. We'll figure out a plan. I don't really want to deal with the bear right now. Yeah. There's a big bear though.
We decided to let the bear go and continue up the hill to the very top where we were hoping to find some deer in a really good spot up there. But as we came to the top, there was a spot where we saw a doe bedded down in a spike, so I decided I was going to walk through the woods right there and hopefully I could see something.
Well, guys, there's a deer down there. I'm on my phone right now, but, you know, still on the slide down there before I left, but, you know, still walking, still doing good, but, you know, we saw a fork line run off before I left, but still, there's definitely stuff in here. Just gonna be bedded down, I'm gonna bump them and shoot them. Let's get moving.
I eventually got to the top where I caught back up with my dad and we took a short break.
Guys, we stopped here to take a break, and there's this little bear.
Whereabouts are you?
Popped up right there. We're figuring out where the troops are. I did my little hike. Didn't get nothing.
We were almost to the point where we wanted to go too, but we ran out of water and it just wasn't safe for us to continue on. So we went back down the valley to a little creek.
Well, guys, there might be some cloud cover moving in soon from over yonder, but we're gonna start slow rolling back, figure out a plan for the evening, and hopefully we find some bucks.
In that creek, we were close to the spot where we'd seen the first bucks in the morning, so I decided to go walk through the timber patch just as a quick little hike to see if anything was in there. It looked really good, and I got to one point where I saw a doe, so I decided to follow her around a little bit and see if she had anyone with her.
Guys, well, I popped over here again, and that doe, she hasn't moved. I think I've been really loud, but I guess not, because she's just chilling. I'm gonna pop over this hill, and I just checked. It's not great. My wind is blowing right in this direction, which is where I'm gonna walk over to, where I think it's right in that direction where I think the deer are, and super sweaty right now, but you know, it's still going good. Gonna keep pushing. I went up there, but like I got stuck in that corner, and there was the doe, so I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of backed out. But gonna keep going. Hopefully there's a buck in here. There's a doe right there. She's probably 40 yards, so or maybe just hunker down and see if there's something else. Let's do this.
Suddenly, catching me by surprise, I came around this hill and there was something down there.
Alright, it's perfect. It's going to the right. So, guys, these bucks, they're just feeding right now. But I don't know what to do. They have completely just forgotten about me. So, took my boots off, ditched my bag, thinking I just go down this hill because I have good wind. And, I don't know, maybe before they run off, poke a shot off at them. I'm not entirely sure what to do in this situation because I noticed them so late. But they definitely don't care about me. So I just gotta be quiet, be stealthy, and, yeah, I want that big one. He's the one you guys can see right there. That one's the big one. That one
My GoPro was angled in a weird spot, but here's the short rundown. I snuck up to about 45 yards, but since it was downhill, I needed to aim for 40. But as soon as I got there, the 3x3 bedded down in some grass, and the forked horn just kept feeding, and every now and then he would look up at me and the wind kept shifting. It would go down, and then it would go back up, and he wouldn't notice me. So I kept waiting, and I sat there for about a half hour waiting to see if that 3x3 would stand up again. But then, since I'd been gone for so long, my dad, I could hear him yelling through the woods. And the buck, the forked horn, was onto me. He stared right at me, and I knew he was gonna jump me at any time soon. So I decided to just take the shot at the forked horn since he still was a good buck.
Oh. Oh, I hit him. Oh, I think that was pretty good. Let's watch him. Oh, yeah, he's bleeding good. He's still going. Oh, he's over there. Oh, he's falling over. Oh, he fell down. He's down. Buck down! They were yelling at me. I think I worried them because I was sitting there for so long. We just killed him. He dead. Woo! That was intense, guys. He's already dead. And I got it on the GoPro. Guys, the buck's down. He's dead. One shot. That was insane. That was probably the best thing I could ask for. I would say I'm disappointed that bigger buck, I never got a shot at him, but that forked horn was on him, and he was just standing there broadside at 50. So since it was downhill, and my rangefinder that I'm using doesn't have the downhill angle, you know, like, because it changes your distance, I aimed in between 40 and 50, just put it right on there. Boom, boom. And I could just see him there. I think that was the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. And I'm shaking. You can see how much my camera's shaking, but like, I'm actually shaking because from sitting there, I did basically squats the entire 20 minutes I sat there staring at that buck. And it's really irritating. That 3x3 bedded down. I was thinking about doing like a whistle to get him up, but that forked arm is just perfect spot. So I'm gonna go down there and get it. Let's do this. Holy cow, guys. Here he is. The arrow must have came out lower. Oh, my dad's yelling. The arrow must have came out lower. He is dead as a doorknob already. That's how you do it. See, the arrow exited right there. Dang, that's a big buck. It's a big deer. Look at that thing. It's a nice forked horn. Holy. Just did that, guys. Dad's coming over here. You can hear me yelling at him, but I do not think they expected me to get that. That's awesome.
I went off to find my dad so he could come over here and find me, but when we came back, the 3x3 had bedded down next to the forked horn, and he had stood up again. And my dad still had a tag, so he pulled his bow out and I got the camera. We were gonna see if we could get another buck down.
It's too far off. Yeah, really. Oh, right there. He's stepping out in the open. He's gonna be behind that tree. We can scoot up further. Right there. Stop. Guys, that's the 3x3 I was trying to get. Hold on. Don't move. Just listen. Oh, I see him running up there. He's still running over there. Alright. I'll go grab my bag and come back down here because I dropped it. Well, he definitely hit him, but that buck stepped as soon as he shot. So, yeah, he's still running on that fence. Alright guys, well, we got my buck to deal with because Dad just went off on his own and got his. So that was a fast-paced couple of minutes. In the same 10 minutes that this thing died, the other one got up. He must have been bedded nearby. We're gonna call this hill. If my dad was a second faster, he could have got a better shot, but he stepped right when he shot. So he's gonna go after that one. Alright guys, so we're here with my buck. Now that was quite the adventure, as you probably saw on the GoPro. But I was up on this hillside. I had seen a doe way over yonder and she didn't really care about me. She just kind of started trotting this way. So I was like, might follow her a little bit and then I'll get off. And pretty much right in the same spot where I was gonna come down the hill, I spotted the doe again because she kept side scaling the hill. And I looked down, there were just 2 bucks feeding, and there's this forked horn and there's the bigger 3x3. I kept sneaking in, I kept checking the wind, they had no idea I was there. And I snuck up to this tree, and the tree was like 50 from the deer, and the 3x3 goes behind a bush, and he bedded down, and the forked horn just stood there, and I really wanted that 3x3 to stand up again, so I was waiting for the forked horn to go and bed down. But the wind kept shifting, and this forked horn kept getting whiffs of me, and he would look right at me, go back to feeding. And then the last time he was feeding, and then he looked straight up at me, and he kept looking around the hills, looking at me, and then Dad started yelling, because I had been gone so long, so I was like, okay, I gotta take the shot. It's about as good as it's gonna get. So he just stood there broadside. I stood up. He was at 45 because he had walked closer, and since my rangefinder doesn't have the distance angle, it would have been closer, so I just aimed for 40, held tight, and crushed him right there, and it went through like that. It took him probably 10 seconds, and he ran over here and laid down. That's awesome. So we gotta go find that one after this too. Yeah, I gotta go grab my stuff and this one up.
Sounds good. Where's your pack?
My pack, I marked it on my Onyx.
Is it a long ways?
No, it's probably just like straight.
You want me to go get it? Where's your shoes? With it?
Right next. I took him off like a couple whistles.
Yeah.
He wasn't budging. He was on. So.
Deep dark timber. They get in here and bed down, huh?
Yeah, they had no idea. I was at 60 yards just standing there. They just kind of looked at me and kept feeding. So once I got a little bit closer, he was skeptical. But I'll grab my stuff and find my arrow. We took some pictures with my deer and then decided we were gonna quarter it up so we could just put it on our backs and go straight to looking for Dad's. Luckily, his actually left a pretty thick blood trail. Once we were all done with mine, got the head, got it tagged, we headed out of there and we went to look for his, which we were pretty confident we would be able to find since it had been so long and we gave it time to die out.
Alright, both got our loads. Let's get out of here. Find the other one. He's still gonna be bleeding good, I think.
We followed his trails into some thick bushes until we finally found him.
Drop is right there. Get back. Put your bow out. He's alive right there, guys. We're gonna finish him off.
You ready?
Yep. Just try and make it as best as possible. Holy. Alright, yeah, he's gonna spot right there. Yeah. Good work, dude.
Got him.
2.
Dang, that first shot looked good too. I don't know.
It was good. I think you just like, man, it might have hit liver or something.
It looked like in the right spot. I could see it.
Oh, to me it didn't look like in the right
No?
spot. I just thought you hit it good.
Lucky for us, the deer died right next to the road.
Yeah. We cross the creek again if we need to.
First shot.
Oh my goodness, look at the fleas on this thing too.
Guys, the deer, it's nice and gutted. What we're gonna do is just try and sit it on the bike, because a lot of it's just gonna be pushing anyways. So instead of take more time and quarter it up and make it hard to pack out, well, I mean, it's gonna be hard, but we're just gonna push on the bike. But you know, it's crazy that we got both of those out of that same group, which is awesome, but we got our work cut out for us because we can't really let this hang overnight because it's not cold enough. It's still really hot out, so we got our work cut out for us tonight, but it's worth it. We got 2 really nice deer, so let's do this. Well guys, we got the second part of our trek ahead of us, all the way back to the truck. It's like one big part uphill and then one long downhill, so it shouldn't be terrible. We're gonna get food on the way home. That's my motivation. Well guys, we're almost back to the bottom now. It has been a long night. That's coming out now. We're on the downhill, which is so nice, but we're almost down there.
I am not in the least joking when I say that that was one of the hardest hikes I've ever done. Even if it was on a road, we had to push bikes up all of the hills with deer. I especially feel bad for Dad, who had deer on his bike and it would constantly want to fall over. But in the end, it was completely worth it. We got 2 bucks on this trip. Definitely didn't expect that to happen. I hope you guys enjoyed because this hunt was actually awesome. Opener day, 2 tags filled. We got some awesome hunts coming out this year, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Subscribe to Derkle Outdoors for more content like this. Bye bye.